Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be covering how to plan and organize a long-term game project. If you're new here, we've been working on Path of Kami for close to 3 years now, and sometimes it can be difficult to stay on track or even get lost in the thick of things while working on your game. I'm going to share some processes and tools that have helped us while working on Path of Kami and through our client projects. First, let's get organized. Let's talk about project management tools. These tools help organize your project and help track and plan the progress of your game. If you've been studying game design and development or already work in the industry, you may be familiar with a program called Jira. Jira is pretty much the industry standard for road mapping and planning agile projects. Being a startup, indie, or solo dev, it can be hard to afford something like Jira, so here are some other options. One option that I've used in the past is called ClickUp. It's very, very customizable and has a bunch of different options to set up your workflow. Another option is a program called Asana. So like other project management tools, you can create different projects, you can set priorities, you can create tasks. You also have an inbox to send messages and such. You have reporting tools, and you can also set up goals. Another tool is called Hack and Plan, and this is actually one of my favorite tools. It's geared specifically for game development. It has a Kanban board and you can create tasks, but it also has a design model where you can add like design elements and tag tasks, associate tasks with those. And here's an example. In each task, you can create a description, you can list documents, you can have subtasks, do attachments, comments, all that good stuff. Hack and Plan you can start out for free, and it's specifically for game-related projects. They also have a ton of helpful videos and blogs. Another helpful tool is Clockify. It's a free tool that you can use to log your time. It can also categorize and customize it as well. Logging your time by yourself or as a team can be helpful to scope and roadmap for your project and future projects. If you're interested in working with a publisher or getting investors, this is a really helpful tool to help you track and use hours as estimates for financial plans and such. They also have a free version as well, so you can get your feet wet a bit, or if you're just wanting to save on some money, you can use the free version. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about sprints. Majority of game development involves agile methodologies and what we call sprints. The workflow of an agile iteration will typically consist of these steps here. You plan, design, develop, test, deploy, review, and you kind of do it all over again until you launch. Incorporating feedback is very important. It's a very iterative process where you keep working to make the best that you can. There's a whole video I could probably do on the specifics of doing production on a game. Won't be going in depth about it in this video, but if this is something you're interested in, then let me know in the comments and we can expand on this later. For right now, I'm just going to cover sprints. This is a way you can organize a lump sum of work and put deadlines on yourself or your team to help meet your release goals. Sprints are typically 2 weeks, and the goal is to complete those tasks within those 2 weeks. Not finishing all the tasks is okay. In normal, life happens. But if it ends up being a habit, that could be a problem, such as maybe you're scoping too much for yourself. When you first start doing sprints and completing tasks, it may take a bit to see what you can do with the time you have dedicated to your project. It may take a few sprints to find your velocity or number of points or tasks you can take per sprint. To help track your velocity, you can assign points to your tasks. This is super helpful to figure out how long it'll take to complete a task. This helps with estimating the amount of work we can do within a sprint and helps collect data to better plan future sprints. Points can mean different things to different people. While estimating points, we assign a point value to each task. Relative values are more important than the raw values. For example, a task that is assigned 2 points should be twice as much as a task that is assigned 1 point. When scoping, it's good to consider the amount of work it would take to finish it, the complexity, risk or any uncertainty while doing the task, and then of course the time and duration. Because it's relative, it can take some time to get used to the point system. So as a guide, I normally tell people 1 point could be roughly around 1 hour, 2 points roughly around 2 hours, 3 points a couple of hours, maybe 4 to 6, 5 points you can consider that a full workday, 8 hours. It goes all the way up from there. It can go from 8 to 13, 13 being a whole sprint. But generally when you're planning tasks, anything more than a 5, it should probably be broken down into smaller tasks. If points aren't your thing, that's totally okay. You can also use time as well, and long hours within a task. Whatever fits better for you and your team. It's important to make sure you're writing your design and ideas down somewhere to reference for later. If you plan or are working on a team, this is crucial to have and to keep updated. Always helpful to have handy for when you're onboarding someone and getting new and current members up to speed. Or maybe you wrote something down a year ago and you're trying to remember what that idea was. Some affordable tools you can use, Hack and Plan, game design documentation system that we talked about before. There's also Nuglino. Microsoft OneNote. Good old Google Docs. And my favorite so far has been Tetra. I hope this video was helpful. We covered a ton of information here. If you'd like more information on a specific topic, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.